Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new day. What a sight to open up the video to, huh? Well, it's a blessing. We have meat. So it is Saturday morning, 11:20, and I need to get this all chopped up. I'm going to cut it in little cube pieces like for stew, because that's what we're having, stew. I've already got the slow cooker going with a can of cream of mushroom in there. I'm not going to add water because this is going to create plenty of juices with the cream of mushroom. So for those of you that have never seen this cutting board, this is another tempered glass cutting board. And I use the wolves cutting board for meat because they're meat eaters. So all right, so I'm not going to be able to keep the video going because I got to put my phone back on the charger. But I'm just going to cut this up and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've got my chuck roast all cubed up. So this is our stew meat right here. And these are some big chunks of fat that I cut off, but they still have some meat on it. So I'm going to throw this in the slow cooker as well because one, it's going to give off a lot of juices to this stew. And two, because when it's done, we can pick that meat off there, so we don't want to throw that meat away. All right, so I'm going to get this in the slow cooker, and then I'm going to switch out my cutting boards and start cutting some potatoes, carrots, and onions. Okay, so here's our beef stew. It's been going for about 3 or 4 hours now. I would say about 4 hours now. And I added a total of 3 cans of cream of mushroom and along with the added juices from the stew meat. So yeah, it smells good. So it's probably going to be about another 3 hours before it's done. So meanwhile, I am going to make us some lunch and I'll show you what we're having. All right, everyone. So I just came in the house. We were outside for a while. Glenn and Gypsy are outside in the garage. But we were just sitting at the back door of the garage, just doing what we usually do, just watching the backyard and any wildlife and birds that come along. But I just checked the stew. I showed you that. Now I'm going to show you what we're having for lunch. And then I am going to make a no-bake cheesecake, but I'm not turning the oven on this weekend because today it's not too bad. It's 85 with humidity, dew point. It's a little sticky but breezy, so it's not too bad today. But tomorrow is supposed to be 97, and I'm guessing the real feel is going to hit over 100. And Monday is just going to be just as hot, so that's why I'm doing a slow cooker meal. It doesn't put off that much heat in the kitchen, and I'm doing a no-bake dessert so I don't turn on the oven as well. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So now I'll show you what I'm making for lunch. And I'm wearing my new earrings. If you haven't noticed, my new earrings. So I love these. So all right, let's get to lunch because we're hungry. All right, so I'm going to be making 2 cans of these Dinty Moore beef stew that were sent to us. I'm going to make some white rice. This is something I used to do years ago. Glenn's never had it this way, so he said he would try it. I make a pot of white rice, and then when I put rice in the bowls, you dump the Dinty Moore beef stew over the rice, and you can mix it up together and eat it that way. So that's what we're going to have for lunch today on this Saturday afternoon. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to show you how I cook my white rice. I don't know if I've ever showed you. If I have, it's been a long time. It's just 2 of us, so I only make a cup of the non-cooked white rice. So I have my cup here, and I put it in a strainer. Now, this colander is only here because that's what I rinse my vegetables out, my potatoes and carrots. So it just needs to be quickly washed out. So I'm just going to use it. But normally I don't have it there. All right, so I put a cup of rice in there. And then I actually run the water through it to get some of that starchiness out. I just run it in circles. Oops. And that's pretty much all I do there. And then let's go over to my saucepan. All right, just throw my rice in there. So you see I have the rice in there. And I add about 1 3/4 cups of water. Maybe a little bit more. Actually, it would be 2 cups, but I actually do put butter in here. So that was 2 cups. And then, let me get the butter. All right, I do put a little bit of salt in there. And some butter. And then I just bring it to a boil on the stove top. Once the water starts boiling, I'll turn the burner from a medium high to, it's usually a medium. And then once it starts boiling, I'll turn it down to like 1 for the heat. And then I'll cover it and I'll set the timer for 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to turn my heat on to like 5. That's medium. And then I'll just wait for it to boil and I'll come and turn it down and then cover it up. Okay, so you can see it's bubbling now, boiling. So I'm just going to give it a quick stir around. Stir around that butter. And now I'm going to cover it and turn it down to 1. And I'll set my timer for 20 minutes. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes now. And I'm just going to remove the lid. And you can see what it looks like here. And I'm letting some steam out. And now I'm going to put the lid back on and just let it for 10 more minutes. Isn't that funny? We're having stew for lunch and then stew in the slow cooker for supper. Never even thought about that. But stew in the can isn't the same. It's not that it's bad. It's just different. And I don't mind Dinty Moore beef stew at all. I used to eat it all the time when I was in the military and I lived in the barracks. I used to have a little like warmer in there and I used to warm up Dinty Moore beef stew. All right, I'm gonna get this warming up, and then while everything is cooking and warming up, I'm going to start on the no-bake cheesecake. Okay, rice is done, and I'm gonna serve some rice and Dinty Moore beef stew now. All right, everyone, so there it is, Dinty Moore beef stew with white rice. A little different than just eating what's in the can. So I'm going to get this out to Glenn, and then I'm going to leave everything on low because I have to come back and make that no-bake cheesecake so I can get it in the refrigerator already, and then I'll eat lunch. All right, everyone. So this is the second food pantry haul from Thursday. So let's get into this food pantry haul. Look at this. For our produce, of course, we get 3 choices every week. And one of the benefits of going really late, like I walked in, checked in, and I was in line already starting to get my food. But one of the benefits of going this late is sometimes when they're trying to get rid of produce, they give you quite a bit of it. As you can see with these tomatoes, they were being brought in by someone's garden, and they gave me a whole bunch of tomatoes. And I've been having them sit here on the shelf to get ripe, and they are getting ripe. I got to wash them off, but they're soft. They are definitely nice and red. And oh man, they look really nice. This one would be perfect for like a sub sandwich or BLTs or something. But I've got all these tomatoes. And so yeah, I got to wash them off. But yeah, we were out of tomatoes too, so that came at a really good time. And then also for our produce, we got nectarines. And as you know, what I do with the peaches, skin them, slice them, put them in milk and sugar as a side dish to one of your dinners or suppers, whatever you call it. But these are nectarines. You can do the same. And they are just about at that stage where I need them to be. In order to do that, they're still a little hard, but they'll be there in about a day or so. So they gave us 5 nectarines. And over here we got some potatoes. We got 6 potatoes. And I just used all of our potatoes in that beef stew. So now we got 6 more. So that is good. And then we also got our weekly roll of toilet paper. It's always good to get that. And then other things that we received. A dozen of eggs. They're already in the refrigerator, but this is the carton. And another block of mozzarella cheese. We got a couple of those now. We got a can of Bush's Grillin' Beans Steakhouse recipe. It has brown sugar, diced onion, and green bell peppers, and steak sauce. So I thought Glenn might like to try that, something different. And a can of pumpkin. And a can of jellied cranberry sauce, which Glenn likes. And still get our meat, a pack of pork ribs. So that is good. So that's going to be a slow cooker meal as well. So that is everything we received at the food pantry on Thursday afternoon. And as you can see, it's many blessings to us. We will use all of this stuff. Even if we take some of those tomatoes, just slice them up, put a little bit of salt on them and eat them like that. Or in a salad, but we don't have any lettuce or cucumbers. So maybe we'll slice them up and put a little salt on them. But yes, there's going to be use for all of this. And for the potatoes, I already have a thought to use a couple of them for some papitas for breakfast with egg and something else. And we just ran out of eggs. Well, no, I had 1 dozen left. That's right. I did have a dozen left from the last time we went to the pantry. So now this gives us 2 dozen eggs. I did use some this morning, but that's okay. Yeah, many blessings for us. We appreciate all of this food that is given to us, and we're grateful for it. And I appreciate the people who donate, the stores who donate, the people who work at the pantry or volunteer their time, all of you who help the pantries out, and those of you that are in need of food, please find a pantry near you and go. Don't worry about the negative vibe of going to the food pantry. Do what you have to do for you and your family and go get some food. So don't listen to what anybody says. It doesn't matter. They're not feeding you. So go get some food. All right, so that is the food pantry haul for Thursday afternoon. All right, everyone. So I'm going to wrap up this Saturday with a bowl of beef stew and 2 slices of butter bread. This is the Italian bread we received from the pantry. So yeah, I'm looking forward to eating this. I'm hungry and it smells delicious. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch it. I truly appreciate all the support. And please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And visit my Wisconsin Backyard Birding channel. Link is in the description below. And with that, remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.